Beep, beep. It's been 4 months since I created the first preset and sample for Deceiver Volume 6. Super excited to show you guys your brand new Tech House Serum presets and samples. It's about time, man. The Deceiver series has always inspired me. Big artists and small have utilized it to help bring their visions to life. Artists like Mal P, James Hype, Thomas Newsome, Wade, Jay Wara, West End, Biscuits, Tim Hawks have used it to create music that brings joy to people and helps them forget the daily struggles of life. Deceiver is going to have a total of 187 Serum presets, all inspired by songs proven to work. And this time around, Deceiver is going to have a lot of variation to it. As I found the dilemma that as I was hearing music, it felt like I had already created all of these sounds for Deceiver 1 through 5, so I wanted to push it a little further in Deceiver Volume 6 and get a little riskier with it. The first sound we have here is called BA Atmosphere, obviously inspired by Fisher's new track. It's a very simple offbeat style of bass. Now, the reason that I have span up is because as a sound designer, I'm trying to make your life easier in any way or form that I can. And one of the ways that I do this is by making sounds that are going to work in your track, in the mix. So I'll utilize EQ and proper sound design technique in order to give you a bass that sounds fat coming out of Serum. Without this EQ boost, you can see that the bass loses a lot of its character, but with it, we get a little push and a little oomph. If I had to compare ourselves to the competition does the bare minimum, and we do as much as our ability allows us to bring to you guys the best bang for buck. From here, we're going to have a couple of mods to open up the cutoff. I always commend that you explore the mods as we program them in a way for you to just move them around and end up with happy accidents. For Matrodas fans, here we have a bass called Dark Destiny modeled after a Joshua track. There's going to be a couple of variations to this bass in the pack, so you're going to see it come up a lot. The idea is that it's a Reese bass that has been turned into a punchy bass. But it gives such a dark and ravey vibe. Here's another one using the same formula. If you don't like how it moves, we can stabilize it. On this Deceiver, there's going to be a BA ear candy section, which are just bass lines that you would layer on top of an existing bass. These bass lines are not to be used for obviously your main backbone of a song, but they're there to act as ear candy. Heard a lot of FM sounds as I was researching for this pack. And move this back, use a second pattern. Oh, what the fuck? And we can change the FM ratio, which just gives us a sound with higher harmonic. Just playing around with the mods. Everyone's into FM right now. Woo! Oof. Inspired by Sampacho. Hugo. One of the only synth sounds in his tracks that I wanted to put in the pack. From here, we have a bass called Fatty. Again, if we get rid of the EQ, you can see how the EQ brings this sound to life. Here's a bass called For My Hipsters. Here's another one of those Joshua style of Reese basses. Just get a kick in there, man. Here's a bass for the low, low, low. my room is shaky, man. Or I'll use it up here. There's also going to be another section for basslines called wide. From there, we have the C8 section, which stands for chord stabs. These ones are going to be usually +7 or +3. There's going to be a bit of harmony into them, and they sound like this. What? From there, we're going to have knocks in this pack, like in all the other ones, which are good for Afro house, but again, they're meant for tech house. For some nasty, dirty, sexy tech house. Woo! Here's one for you dirty bird guys. There, and let's keep going, guys. So then from there we have some leads. In this pack, you're going to find a lot of spectral additive bass leads. What that means is that with James Hype coming out with like that 6 sound from #1, I was like, how can I get that sound in Serum without using a sample? So this is one of the ways. We can add a bit of release here. So it's inspired by the Animali. You can add a +3. Ole! It's supposed to sound like a mosquito, but it ended up sounding more like a duck or a teddy bear. I mean, Mark and I used to lead like this a while, not too long ago, I think last year. So, hey, bring it back. Lots of character on this one. Bruh. There's one called Bruno's Affair, inspired by Bruno from Dirty Bird. I forget the name of the song, but has a very unique vibe. We can add some good movement to it if we needed to. Another one of these. Again, most of the leads you guys are going to hear are not going to be too generic, and they're all going to have a good new vibe that's coming up with like Biscuits using these kind of leads, Chris Lake using these kind of short but plucky leads to create really dope stuff. Another one of these drunk leads. I know there's someone out there going, yes, finally. Did say the leads were gonna be weird this time. Just like again inspired by Anima. But as I say, tech houseified. This is a really cool one. I like it. Deceiver 6 will also contain a full-out sample pack with construction kits to help you fill in the missing gaps and help you create music faster. For example, the bass loops are there for you to start a song. We can have a kick. We're also going to have top loops that you guys can utilize that have been stemmed out as well if you like one and you want to just grab certain parts of it to use in your music. For example, you go with this. For example, if we like wild kicks and cured ticks top loop, but we just want the percussion side of it, we can grab that. The open hat. Some long drum fills. Tried my best not to make the 909 snare drum one that every pack has. Modular ones. From there is going to be effects. To help you transition in your music from the break to the drops and from the drops to the breaks, from the intro to the first drop. As always, I try to be unique with the uplifters and downlifters. There's also going to be synth loops with the idea of filling in the gaps and adding to the tech side of your tracks. Darkness. And of course, we're going to have vocal loops. A lot of them are going to be free flowy in the sense that we hit record and just let whatever comes flow out so that you guys can grab what you need from the vocal loop.
Pump.
Africa. Driver. A DJ turning up. Buds popping, fill the air with acceleration. When morning comes, we'll face this calculation.
You can grab just this, like this calculation or acceleration.
Dancing harder, stronger, so hard to maintain. Something's going down. Something's going down. Lefty, move to the beat. I'm in the club, I'm dancing. I see her. It's looking really good. City lights and shut.
Face down, ass up, let that booty drop.
Let the DJ guide your soul. Let the dance floor take control.
Baila conmigo.
Ooh.
Necesito tu ritmo.
Vibrations. Tap.
We all go a little mad sometimes.
Vocals are not my strongest suit. And finally, we're going to have construction kits, which are going to be stemmed out with the hopes that you can grab, for example, the drums or grab the construction kit to start a song from the get-go. For example, if I like this one, I can hold shift, click, drag, take it to a channel, hit command, drop it all in. We're going to get rid of the master. We're going to get rid of the synths. So that way we can come up with our own idea or use this as a template. Or we can use the drums like so. The best way to do it in my opinion, because starting with a blank slate is a little scary. But when you start with this, you can start jamming out a bass. You can start jamming out some vocal lines. You can start jamming out with synths. I have a few that we're going to have 5 of those and they're going to sound like this.
Let's party.
So again, you can grab anything you want from the track and use it in any way. If you like the kick, or if you like the lead, or if you like the vocal, or if you like the effects, you can use those to get your idea started or take from them to fill in the missing gaps in some of your song. For Deceiver, we also have the drum one-shots section, which was created first in order to create these drum loops. The goal with the drum one-shots was to create samples that will work, but also have a unique sound to them. Everyone has access to a 909 clap, so I just wanted to create stuff that sounded a little different but still had that smack to it. I've done a couple of music feedback streams and a lot of people always comment on how good the kick sounds. I made them for those tracks, but I've also added them into the pack. I really put a lot of effort into the kicks. I live streamed myself making a lot of them. I utilized a lot of kick 2 and different techniques in order to make them. The life of a track is the kick, but in this pack, you're going to find most of these kicks are going to work when utilized with the proper bass. For the open hat section, we use the same technique that Roland used to make 909 open hats, and that is record a cymbal and then process the cymbal further. Created a lot of we created a lot of unique open hats this way that have the flavor of the original 909, but with a different sound. I hope that you guys enjoyed checking out Deceiver 6 with me. If you guys want to support it, you can find it over at evilsounds.com. I'll leave the link in the description down below. And as always, guys, thank you guys so much for supporting the work that I create. I hope that it brings you years of work. With Deceiver 6, I just wanted to create something that you can always come back to systematically and trust to help bring your ideas to life. With that being said, you guys take care and you guys have a great rest of your day.